Does it ever feel like you're a marketing professional just speaking into the void? But with LinkedIn ads, you can know you're reaching the right decision makers, a network of 130 million of them, in fact. You can even target buyers by job title, industry, company, seniority, skills, and did I say job title? See how you can avoid the void and reach the right buyers with LinkedIn ads. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
This episode is brought to you by Nespresso. Gift magical mornings with Nespresso Virtuo Pop. Compact and stylish, Virtuo Pop is made to meet every morning coffee craving. From espresso to coffee, hot or iced, at the click of a button. And celebrate the season with Nespresso's limited edition coffee flavors. Sweet almond and hibiscus, cinnamon and candied tamarind, and festive double espresso. Magic in the making. Shop the holiday gift collection exclusively at Nespresso.com.
Do you nothing that I say?
Master, moving stones around is one thing. This is totally different.
No different. Only different in your mind. You must unlearn what you have learned.
All right, I'll give it a try.
No, try not. Do. Or do not. There is no try.
Hello and welcome to Unequal Sequel. My name is Dave and I'm one of the two hosts of this common podcast.
And my name's Rich and I'm the other host of this common podcast. Think of me as Benny to Dave's June because I'm obsessed with Buster Keaton and he's a lovely girl.
Okay. The premise of Unequal Sequel is very simple. We ask our guests their best ever sequel, worst ever sequel, and finally their dream sequel.
And sometimes we drift off course, sometimes talk about movies, sometimes just talk about life in general.
And sometimes we do drop big fat spoilers, so skip, pause, flick forwards. Go watch The Ballad of Wallace Island. It's a great movie. You'll love it. You can thank me later. Because in today's episode, we are joined by Scott Kraushaar.
Scott is a brilliant podcaster. You will know him from the Church of Tarantino podcast, where he talks all things Tarantino. And he's even had Quentin Tarantino on the pod.
Amazing. We're very excited to sit down with Scott and chat all things sequels with him.
These are Scott Kraushaar's Unequal Sequels. Enjoy.
Nice, easy question to warm us up. So we have got these little questions before the main question. So what is the first sequel you remember seeing and getting excited about?
That's a great question because I think the first one I saw might be one of the ones I'm going to talk about. So I'll say that I saw one, we'll talk about it. But I think the first one I knew was a sequel. Like I really wanted to see it. Was Die Hard 2.
Oh, this is
I was a huge Die Hard fan.
That's a great
And so
show.
It's the first movie I snuck into.
Brilliant.
As a 13-year-old, snuck into the theater here in America, and we sat with a buddy who was like in high school, so he was older, and they were kind of like walking through the theater looking at people, and we just kind of like sitting there trying to pretend, like make our face look older somehow. But we were able to sneak into Die Hard 2. Because Die Hard was a fucking revelation. That came out of nowhere. You know, I mean, it broke through that whole weird 80s action movies. You know, it was all a bunch of buff guys, either Stallone or Schwarzenegger, and then all of a sudden you got fucking Bruce Willis
and
John
McClane
at the time,
like, right?
Oh, this is my guy. Yeah, like this is my fucking guy. And so we couldn't wait for Die Hard 2. I still think Die Hard 2 is a really good sequel. It's one of those sequels that was able to take the blueprint from the first, make it work for a second time through with just a few right changes, and made it seem logical because, well, how do you keep John McClane at the airport?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he just leave? Because his wife is stuck in a plane above, and if he doesn't fix the shit down below, she's going down into the floor. And so it was a really fun time. And I mean, I was in the summer. So it was a great fucking experience, you know, to sneak in to see Die Hard 2, a rated R movie at the age of 13, giving the finger to the fucking theater, man. Like, fuck you. We're in this movie, man. You can't stop us. Back when America was rebellious.
Yes.
Brilliant. You know, so it was, I loved it. But one of my favorites might be the one I really saw that was a sequel. But at the time I was so young, I didn't know what the fuck a sequel was. I was just like, oh, this is a new movie. So I would put down Die Hard 2.
Nice.
And I'll say something. I think it's better than Die Hard with a Vengeance. I know a lot of people get all excited about Die Hard with a Vengeance, but I think it's better than Die Hard with a Vengeance.
That is a big statement.
I think Die Hard with a Vengeance kind of jumps the shark towards the end. Sam Jackson's great.
Yeah.
But it kind of jumps.
But it's got Jeremy Irons and that, somebody had fun.
Oh, I love Jeremy Irons. Again, it's not the performances. It's just the story kind of
goes wild.
Went to the well one, although it's not worse than the two that follow it.
Yes.
Nothing's worse than Die Another Day or whatever. Good Day to Die Hard. I died soft. I don't know if
what is the fourth one called there? Because we got a different name for
Die Hard 4.0. I think,
got Die or what's because it's also Live Hard or Die Hard or something.
Live Free or Die Hard.
Yes,
that's the one. That's what it's called.
We and in here in England we got Die Hard 4.0 because of the tech side of it. I don't know why they didn't think we could have the same name. It's bonkers.
Maybe because that was a statement for America back then when we were under British rule. We were going to live free or die. Not die hard, but live free or die. Added the hard. We're going to be rock hard. We're not free.
In America, was Die Hard 2? Did it have the colon and then Die Harder? Do you remember?
Yes, it did. Die Hard 2. It's the only one that had for a little bit, Die Harder, because then it's Die Hard with a Vengeance, because not Die Hard 3. And the rest don't have the number. Yeah, Die Hard 2 is the only one that got the, at least in America.
I think it's just an American thing. Don't confirm me, because I was only 5 when this one came out, so I'm not quite sure. I didn't get to see it in the cinema, sadly. Did you get to see the first one? And when did you see that? No, the first one, again, the great thing about the 80s and 90s was, they had a bunch of young teenagers working at these video stores, so they didn't really give a fuck who they rented the video to. They rented to me and my brother. We rented Die Hard, went home, watched it, and couldn't fucking believe what we had just saw. We were so excited we watched it immediately again. So, we saw that one on VHS, but knew that I was going to see it. If I ever came a sequel, I would see that. I did get a chance, I think, maybe a decade or so ago. I think maybe with the 25th anniversary of Die Hard or something. Some theaters are smart enough to play it as a Christmas movie at Christmas time, and I will go see it if it's out during Christmas time. Definitely. But so I have had a chance to see Die Hard actually in the theater. Probably not on a 35 millimeter print, probably on a, now the Blu-ray, the digital stuff they have. Yeah. But listen, I'm not going to be like Tarantino and complain about it. I got to see it in the theater. You know what I mean? If I didn't see it in its original form, it's okay. I'm at least say I saw Die Hard in the movie theater now. It sounds like you went to cinema a lot when you were young. Is that sneaking in? Was that a regular thing for you? All I do is go to the cinema. All I ever do. It's my home away from home. And I go alone. People think that's weird or creepy. I love going alone sometimes. Like if I don't have a good movie buddy, I love going alone. I'm not going to miss a movie because I don't have something to go with. Yeah, I talk with my movie buddy after the film, not during the film. And then they look at each other and go, holy fucking shit. But we're going to save this discussion for after the movie. So many times I've been to the movies on my own to watch like a kid's movie because it's for this podcast. And I just sit there going, I feel like I need to get a t-shirt. That's got to be the craziest optics ever. You walk in, 6'5" giant man sitting down, some parents looking back going, I need a t-shirt that says I'm doing this for a podcast. Yeah. I'm not a weirdo, I promise. I've also got a child. You could just say, I'm just seeing if it's suitable. Yeah, but he never comes with me. They don't have to know that. Do they? They don't have to know what you're doing there by yourself. Just wear a shirt with your child. Say he's sick or something like that. I'm doing this for him. It's okay. I'm raising money. Yeah. Do you go to cinema with your kids a lot then? Have they got the bug as well? Well, my kids are now adults. Well, so they did. My daughter, so I was a huge Star Wars fan. That's what I grew up on. Mm-hmm. So one of the best moments, I probably took him way too fucking young, but I took my son at the age of 3.5, almost 4, with my father and brother to go see Revenge of the Sith. Oh, that was his first Star Wars movie. 3.5. I mean, we can talk about the Prequels, but that's a great fucking movie. Like that is a unimpeachable great film from the Star Wars franchise. And it's the first PG-13. People are lopping off arms and hands. I'm like, well, welcome to Star Wars. I saw A New Hope. It's really tame. Aunt Beru and Uncle Ben, they're toasted. And my son's watching, the Emperor get his face melted and people getting cut in half and Anakin killing little kids. It's like, I let my son watch Jurassic Park when he was 4. I'm with you. Yeah. You know what I think it is I watched those movies when I shouldn't have. My parents weren't paying attention. I'm a latchkey kid from the 80s. They had no fucking clue what we were doing. So I've seen a lot of movies that probably shouldn't have. Yeah. But I think it informed me as a cinema fan. Like, I think that's why I'm a cinephile and do a podcast on movies and stuff, is because I had such a great upbringing of watching all these amazing movies. And I mean, we're talking from
great films to absolute dog shit films that still have like that warm spot in your heart. You're like, you look back at a movie and go, that was terrible. But you go, but I really liked it when I was younger. Like a movie like Chud. I don't know if you've ever seen that. Like, as a kid, I thought Chud was the greatest horror movie ever. It's cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers. And it's like zombies in the sewers of New York. It's
sounds
awful,
crazy,
but it's really good. Yeah, exactly. When you're a kid, you're like, this is the greatest film I've ever seen.
Was that like sleepovers and stuff? Or was it just late night?
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Again, 1980s parents letting their kids sleep over. They're hanging out with the other parents. They don't
fuck.
As long as I'm not doing anything wrong, I don't give. As long as the house is not on fire, you guys go watch whatever you want. So getting into all kind of mischief and watching movies we shouldn't. And as long as we were quiet and didn't wake them, what we watch. And that's, whether that's good parenting or not, but that's kind of how we got created.
Yeah,
with all these movies.
I had a friend whose parents were just getting divorced. This is not a sad story. And his mum would say yes to pretty much anything. And she would rent the most outrageous, like, horror movies available. That I didn't tell my parents I was watching. They're like, why are you having so many nightmares? I don't know. But like, she would go.
The headmaster at school's a bit of a dick.
Yeah. She would go rent like Brain Dead and Bad Taste, the Peter Jackson ones and The Thing and The Fly. I mean, the guy, when he dissolves the guy's arms in The Fly, still gives me the creeps. She rented Meet the Feebles. And I remember that because when we went into the video store, it was VHS on the back row behind the counter at the top, and we had to point out like that one, and the guy was like, that one, are you sure? And she's like, yeah, it's like the Muppets, isn't it? We're like, yes, just like the Muppets. It's just like the Muppets. Just like a psychotic hippo at the end who goes on like a rampage and shoots everybody out. It's fucking mad as, Have you seen those ones? Have you seen the early Peter Jackson?
I have not seen it, but I'm going to see it now.
You should definitely dip into Peter Jackson and go, this is the guy that made Lord of the Rings. Fucking hell.
I know. Well, we all start somewhere.
Yeah. Absolutely incredible.
I wonder if it's because we look at boxes. Your parents look at boxes, right? Like, oh, look, that's the guy I like from this movie. That should be perfectly fine. I think my babysitter once rented Taxi Cab, not the Jimmy Fallon one, but one with like the two weightlifting brothers, and I think Mr. T was in it, and someone else. It's an awful movie.
Oh,
lots of nudity. And I'm like 12 years old. And they're like, yeah, Mr. T's on from 18. That should be a fine movie. You put it in, it's like, this is not the Mr. T you're thinking it is.
Funnily enough, I remember Quentin Tarantino. I remember watching renting Pulp Fiction. And I was like, I think I was 13 or 14, but with my brother who was like 9. And I put Pulp Fiction on, and there's the bit where they stab her in the heart with the adrenaline.
Bit.
And, no, like the adrenaline.
I thought you meant the Gimp scene.
And I was like,
the Gimp scene will definitely change some lives.
It was that point I was like, I should not be watching this. You should not be watching this. I'm like, let's put something else on. And my brother's like, yeah, let's watch something else.
Well, it's a good thing you stopped it early.
Yeah.
Another 45 minutes and you both will be having questions with mom and dad about this Gimp and what's going on in this basement.
How do you feel like the world of cinema is at the moment, like sequel-wise? Is it oversaturated for you now?
It's kind of, it's strange. Like, we have a lot of people who will complain about movies, but they won't go see the new stuff that gets dropped, right? So they won't go see one battle after another, but they'll complain that there's the 30-second Iron Man's coming out, right? Like, so it's like, well, what the fuck? Then go see the original shit, skip this other shit. And like, we've lost James Cameron to this fucking Avatar bullshit. Yeah. Avatar is dog shit from one on. This next, I saw the trailer the other day for the new one. I'm like, this is just a screensaver come to life. If you were to tell somebody who doesn't know James Cameron that the new Avatar was actually AI bringing screensavers to life, you could absolutely convince somebody to go, that does seem right.
Yeah.
They're pointless movies. We keep getting 97 more MCUs. I think when Iron Man snapped his finger, that 10-year thing went, you just bow out gracefully as maybe one of, not all the films are great in the series, but one of the best combinations of bringing like 27 storylines together in one amazing 2-part movie and then just fucking bow out as like, take that. See who else can make this happen.
Yeah.
Good luck, DCU. Now it's like a fucking, if Marvel's not making 27 sequels, you've got the DCU reinventing itself every decade. Like, how many more people are going to reinvent this thing?
Yeah.
Maybe we just say we're tired of. How about this? Just give us Batman and Superman movies and fuck the rest of them. And that might be unpopular, but at this point, fuck the rest of them.
Yeah.
We don't care about Wonder Woman. We don't care about the rest of them. We don't even care about the Justice League. Just give Batman his own story. Stop bringing over the Superman side. They're not the same. Let's stop pretending we're comparing tomatoes to tomatoes, as you like to say. We're not. They're not the same. And let Superman for once be a little bit more aggressive. Can we stop having this candy ass Boy Scout all the time? Batman gets to be the Dark Knight. Why is Superman always the fucking guy who's got all the power but can't seem to stop anything? It's like, yeah. So yeah, to answer your question, the long about, I'm really getting tired of sequels, especially if there's no point to them.
On to the next question, which is one of the big questions, is Scott, what is your best ever sequel?
The Empire Strikes Back.
Yes,
I think hands down, it's the greatest sequel ever. And I know the people will fight over Godfather 2 this night, but when your decision between the Godfather 2 and 1 is which one's the better film between those two, then the sequel's not better than the original. The Empire Strikes Back is the best Star Wars movie ever made. It can stand alone as a Star Wars movie by itself completely. It's beautifully shot. I mean, it's an unbelievable film. And I think it's why people are fans of Star Wars is the Empire Strikes Back really was just something completely different in the 80s. We want to talk about a great, cliffhanger at the end. The bad guys are winning, especially in what's designated as a child's movie. Like that doesn't happen.
Never seen that before.
I mean, when they say the Empire Strikes Back, the Empire fucking strikes back. The new saying, at least here in America, as kids, is belt to ass. There was belt to ass whooping by the Empire in the entire time. Luke gets his ass kicked. We find out that Leia maybe, well, we don't know that until the next one, but we find out there's another Skywalker. Han Solo's frozen in carbonite.
Yeah.
Lando Calrissian, the coolest dude in the world, is the fucking backstabbingest motherfucker you've ever met. Like, it's so much is happening in that one film. And then, when it opens up beautifully on Hoth. Just gorgeous snow. Oh, God. And then, Luke gets fucked up. And then, which, funny enough, I'm sure you probably know this, but Mark Hamill had been in a car accident a couple years earlier. And he had that scar on his face. And the best way they had to tell that story and hide it was have him get attacked by the Wampa.
Nice genius, isn't it?
That sold the scar and makes the movie, right? Like, because this snow creature comes out and he just barely gets a lightsaber in time and cuts its arm off. And I thought they smelled bad on the inside, on the outside. It's just all these great moments in that film. I just think it's one of the best movies ever made, The Empire Strikes Back. It is a flawless, perfect film. It just is so fucking great to watch. And it never loses its power, even though you know what's coming. But few movies have been able to have that kind of secret hid, although it's kind of slowly laid out for you. Yeah. And then I'm sure when you first watch it, you hear about this, go see my master Yoda. And you see this little green fucker in the swamp. You're like, who's this fucking guy? Now, so you're like, that's Yoda. And then he's lifting rocks and lifts the X-Wing out. And you're like, holy shit. So yeah, I mean, it's hard. There's good sequels out there, but I will die on the hill that The Empire Strikes Back is the greatest sequel and the greatest Star Wars movie.
I love this.
Yeah, we can just pack up now because that's all the right answer.
Well,
I just closed down Unequal Sequel. Thank you very much. That's good.
Well, again, I think it Returns better, but that's a personal choice because it's the first one I watched.
I heard you like Return of the Jedi.
I did.
But that's fair. That is a fair.
I mean, the end of Return of the Jedi, when all three things are all happening, it's just
true.
Honestly, it's just like a moment. Like, it's just unbelievable.
For me, the problem with Jedi is
you say the Ewoks, Scott, I'm stopping.
That is one of them. But it's really if you watch The Empire Strikes Back, right? We've got the Empire is pretty fucking badass. We've got the AT-AT walkers. We're just mowing people down as we're coming across Hoth. And then we get to Endor, and all of a sudden we've got fucking, I don't know, the Keystone Cops suddenly are now the stormtroopers. A bunch of guys in teddy bear outfits are fucking surprising them. And then you're like, wait a minute, what? They brought down the Empire? Like, what is this? What is this Benny Hill shit we got going on here? Now, as a kid, of course I loved it because it's made for kids.
Yeah.
And I think that's the problem with the Star Wars fandom. Is the fans forget that when they watch their first movies, they were kids. We've grown up and now we're cynical. Now we get all bent out of shape. Oh, God, there's a black guy doing this. Like, oh, fuck off. There's a woman. Like, fuck off. All right. Like, grow the fuck up. You're complaining that there's a black stormtrooper. There's a green bitch with 2 horns over here and a blue bitch with 3 tits. Like, what are we talking about right now? You're upset? This makes no sense. But with Jedi, I did like it, but as I got older, it's harder to swallow the events. Like I agree with you. The ending is awesome.
Yeah.
The final battle is, well, Space battle and the battle on the Death Star. Fucking awesome.
Okay.
The patty cake shit down there in Endor, whatever. But that's great for the kids. But yeah, great. I'm great that Warwick got a career out of that. But at the end of the day, it doesn't hold up. Not as bad as Jar Jar Binks, though.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Not as bad as Jar Jar Binks. So yes, I would rather have a whole film of Ewoks talking with him the first one than Jar Jar Binks.
I'm with you. Empire is the best Star Wars movie by a long way. I love movies where bad guys win. Like, I just do. Maybe there's something wrong with me, but yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. Something wrong with you. That was great.
Oh, right, yeah. There's definitely something wrong with me. Yeah.
Scott, well, let's turn the time back. How old were you when you first saw it? Did you know what it was? What was that first showing like, if you can remember it?
I was about 5 years old.
Right.
Wow.
Probably a movie my dad should have taken me to. But it was that time frame where, like, it was a big deal. I got lucky that a baby, again, this is a 50-year-old man almost trying to remember 45 years back how the events happened. But they re-released Star Wars: A New Hope, or as we knew it then, Star Wars. They released Star Wars again, maybe a couple months ahead of Empire, because I remember my father taking me and my brother to see that, because we'll go all the way back to what it was like in the early 80s. My mother was hosting a Tupperware party for her girlfriends, so we had to get out of the house. So my dad took us to see A New Hope, and that movie had a real big impact. The Uncle Ben and Aunt Veru scene when they were charred was something I'd never seen before, because I was still watching kid movies at the time. And so that was like, whoa, what is, inside my body, I knew that. I was like, this is adult filmmaking now. We're not watching the Muppets anymore. This is something different. So we saw that first. So I already had an idea of what was coming down the line.
Yeah.
And then at that time, they were really running the trailers on TV for the Empire. And then I have the Burger King cups. I don't know if you have Burger King with it. They had like these little fucking collectible cups. So like it was all in it. Christmas, we were getting the toys. So I was into Star Wars with all the merch before I really was like into Star Wars with the movies. And then we sat down and watched Empire. And to this day, I just remember it's the first movie that when it opened up, I didn't know, but my brain said, this is the beautiful film. Like, I didn't know why, but I knew the images I was seeing were just crisp and perfect. And my brain was just like, what is all this? Why is this really exciting me? And Darth Vader, I thought he was cool when he came onto the ship in Hope. He is a bad motherfucker in this one. Like when he's just throwing office equipment at his fucking son, he's like, fuck you. Here's a trash can. Here's an air conditioner. Like, get the fuck out of my way kind of thing. You just, and he's force choking people. You're just like, what am I watching? And then Boba Fett. A side character who's not even supposed to be anything. We got a fucking show about him now. Literally the Mandalorians. He shows up and you're just like, what is all of this sensory overload? I absolutely fucking loved it. Obviously, because it's one of my favorite films of all time. Like, I would murder people who said Empire Strikes Back sucks. I literally would probably kill people because it's that good a film. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, no, even if you don't like Star Wars, you can hate every other Star Wars movie. You can't hate Empire Strikes Back.
No,
it is just from filmmaking all the way up. Everything about it is absolutely gorgeous. John Williams, the Imperial March. Just the way they said everything. I don't know. It's just gorgeous. And I am glad that they went back and got rid of whoever the first emperor was when they had his face and they put Ian in. I was like, all right, good. We've changed. It's the only thing that Lucas went back and fixed that you're like, all right, that's a good one. We put his face back in.
Yeah.
But even when, Vader's sitting there, we've never seen his helmet and then his thing lifts up and you just see the back of his head and you're kind of like, oh, it's just like, what? Do you know what I mean? Like, oh my God. So there's so much to love about Empire that it until Pulp Fiction came out, it was that movie that hit me and said, I love movies. I knew I loved movies and I was going to go to movies from now on because I'm chasing the Empire Strikes Back feeling from this point on. And I've caught it a couple of times, but it's that first movie you go, I want more of that feeling. I want to feel like this. I want to be leaving this theater, not being able to sleep because I can't stop thinking about this fucking story I was just told.
I didn't watch Empire. And I think Empire was the first Star Wars movie I saw, but I wasn't born when it came out. So I was born in December 80. So I wasn't around, so I couldn't watch it.
I was born in December 75. So there we go. We're not that far apart.
We're not that far apart. But so I think I was like maybe 6 or 7 by the time I watched it. And I hadn't seen New Hope, I hadn't seen Jedi. And yeah, I just remember like sitting down with a video. My dad had all 3 on video, and he must have watched New Hope already. And yeah, this was put on, and I just remember being like stuck to it and not able to watch anything else. Like that was just, it weren't, you know, when you're a kid, you get distracted. If you're watching movies at home and stuff, you might go and pick your Transformers up and play with them and, you know, do something else. But no, I just remember being glued to this movie. And yeah, my dad being like, this is the quietest I've ever heard you ever.
I think that's what's so magic about Star Wars. It's just you could become so obsessed by it. I mean, once you love it, you really, really love it. And it really feels, because again, I wasn't a December baby. I was January the 2nd. So I've just missed out on that club. But
it's only a week, Dave.
I know.
It's only a week between you and me.
Yeah, but you should be you're still a Sagittarius depending on when you're born.
No, I'm Capricorn.
Capricorn.
Are you Capricorn?
Yeah, I'm Capricorn.
Oh, so you're late December then.
December, yeah.
Okay, so I'm mid-December, okay.
It feels like something people pass on to their like kids or their friends. And once you like, have you seen Star Wars? Was that kind of what it was like in the playground or at that time?
Oh, God. Well, again, this isn't like a flex, but at that time in the 80s, you were bringing your Star Wars toys to school.
Of course you were.
Like one of the coolest toys I ever got. And again, not to make you feel bad. Look, I'm old now, so you can at least enjoy that you're younger. So feel good. But one of the things I did enjoy about Jedi, it was the biker scouts and that little their bikes. And you could get one of those, and on the back, you hit a little button, and it would blow up like it got shot, and they would throw the biker scouts. So we would bring those kind of toys to school, and the teachers hated it. But we, you know, I was playing with my toys at my desk, not paying any attention. So it was huge, especially in the 80s. It was like that landmark thing. It's like, I think the 2 things you're obsessed about was Michael Jackson's Thriller and Star Wars. I think those are like the 2 biggest things that like were rocket ships that suddenly like, you know, burst onto the scene in the 1980s for the Gen Xers, that you're just kind of like, who's this fucking guy moonwalking and this zombie / werewolf video? And then we've got Darth Vader fucking people up. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like, this is the greatest time to be alive kind of thing. So it was that kind of, you know, energy in school that, you know, especially at Christmas time, everyone wanted the new Star Wars toys, you know, whatever it was going to be. You were jealous when the kid got the AT-AT Walker. You know what I mean? You're kind of like, oh, their family's rich. He's
got a Millennium Falcon. Yeah. When the re-releases, so we're going to talk about the special editions that are released on VHS just before the re-release of cinema, wherever it was. So was it a big deal when they did the changes, and were you happy about that? Was it nice to go and see it back on the cinema? Because that was the first time for me to be able to see those films on the big screen. And that was a moment I remember seeing. I
don't mind him updating things for the better. Like I said, putting Ian in as the Emperor, because he is the Emperor. Like that makes more sense than some other old guy who looked like he was on his deathbed. But it's the Greedo shooting first bullshit. It's like, you've changed the lore of Han Solo doing that. Don't like, if you want to make, you know, some people look better. Look at, who am I to say? Go right ahead. I mean, if it makes it look better, great. But if you're going to fucking ruin the original story, then you've gone, it's a bridge too far. Don't go in and ruin, like, just to cross over to Tarantino, Kill Bill, The Whole Bloody Affair is coming out into theaters in December.
It is.
Yeah.
I've seen it as the version that went to con. So this is going to have the new 7-minute scene, which is going to be amazing. But nothing is changing. He's not going in and now making, you know, instead of the bride taking her eye out, she's going to cut her head off. Like we're not changing the story. We're adding something that we wanted to put in, which is going to actually benefit the story. I'm good with that. Don't change the story. And when Lucas goes in and changes parts of the story, you're ruining what you've already made.
Yeah.
If you didn't have the technology to do something and now you can, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
But when you change storylines and now it changes how the character is, I have a real issue with that. That's just tomfoolery and stupid. Don't fuck with the fucking original recipe. Add spice to it, make it better, but don't take a shit in it. Now ruin what we all know and love. I think my favorite part is him shooting Greedo under the fucking table. We should think that he's a bad motherfucker too.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I think in that moment, are you a Jedi fan? Are you a Luke fan? Or are you a Han Solo fan? If you're a Han fan, it's because he shoots Greedo and tells Greedo to go fuck himself, basically. Like, oh, yeah, boom. How's that, fuckface? And then fucking dips, right? Like, instead of this, like, oh, I got shot at first. Like, we almost have to, like, give him an alibi.
I always thought Luke was weak. It was like
everyone was
goody two-shoes.
Luke is weak until he gets the Jedi. He really is weak.
And Moni.
Definitely Han was the one.
Yeah. He's the pirate.
Yeah.
He's not the pirate if he doesn't shoot first.
Exactly.
Also, there's that scene they had in
fully.
the first one when he meets Jabba the Hutt before, when they replace
when he's like a human?
but they've superimposed Jabba on it, and it makes no sense to have that scene before.
It's just there so he can step on the tail and we get that little joke for kids. Like I said, if you're not adding to the story, don't waste the time with it.
Yeah.
There's just no point. There's no point to ruin some of this stuff, right? I mean, we're all about seeing extra if that's going to make that story so much better. But I think sometimes some of the directors of that past, like if you look at even Coppola, there's like 5 versions of Apocalypse Now. And if you look at Ridley Scott, he's got like 97 endings to fucking Blade Runner. It's like, fuck, man, which one's the one?
Yeah.
Just give us one. I don't need to know the 37. I can't even keep them straight anymore.
No.
Like, I don't.
A true artist knows when to stop, right? Like that's the sign of a true artist is what they always say. Like Van Gogh is great because you know when to stop. You don't go back and paint over your own painting. Like that's what we need from filmmakers. Just know when to stop. Like you've done it, move on, make something else that's amazing, right? Like, yeah. Stop going back and fiddling.
You said earlier you took your son to see Star Wars New Hope.
Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah,
yes.
At what point did you show him Empire, and how nervous were you particularly for that one?
Oh, it's so. The one thing I like about the Star Wars fandom is like it's so generational. Like, so like, my Star Wars is obviously the original.
Yeah.
My kids love the prequels because that's what they grew up with, right? So they think some of those movies are amazing. And I'm actually glad that they got them because Padme, she is a sexy motherfucker. Jesus H fucking Christ. I remember seeing number 2 and thinking, Jesus, I now know why you went to the dark side. My God. I love the new meme. Like she's come like the outfit she chose to tell them that they can't be together is this one that's like, are you sure? Like, I feel like this is a dominatrix outfit. I feel like we're about to do this. So I wasn't worried about them not liking them. I just knew that it was going to bring him in. And I had a really good idea that he was going to like his better because if we really look at it, it's just technology changes and movie making changes. The lightsaber battles in the prequels and in the sequels are far better than what we got from the original. And that's okay because Obi-Wan's an old man. You know, that first lightsaber duel, when you see him just get cut down, you're kind of like, Jesus, I hope this gets a little bit better. This sword fighting is kind of dog shit right now. You know, you're kind of like, I don't know who's going to win. But then, you know, you get to the other ones and they slowly build like, you know, as much as people may hate Phantom Menace, the end of Phantom Menace is what a badass fucking
Duel of Fates. Yeah.
Well, Duel of Fates amazing. And the song, you're like, holy shit. The battle, the beginning of the Attack of the Clones, like the actual start of that battle, Mace Windu cutting off fucking Jango Fett's head and just kind of looking up at him like Count Dooku, like, what, motherfucker? You know what I mean? Like, is that all you got? And then you get Yoda fighting with him. Like, he starts walking with a cane, and this motherfucker's doing somersaults like he's going to be in the Olympics. And you're kind of like, oh my God. And then the third one, which is just, I mean, we're decapitating Dooku. We're fucking cutting. It's a sensory overload of sword fighting. So my kids love those movies.
Oh, that's good.
Plus they played the Star Wars Legos with them too. Like that was kind of cool. Like that really kept that going, but they do love the other ones. But again, you know, it's a hard one to go with because they're not getting it in the order that it was meant. Where we got it in the Tarantino version where it's in the middle. Now you'll go back to the beginning and then the end to kind of fill it in. So they like them. I don't know that they like Empire as much because it's not as, they had more pizzazz. They had more, I mean, he gets to see Revenge of the Sith. Yeah. That's sensory overload, right? So,
and they already know, like, do you know, like the whole, I am your father. Yeah. It's already ruined. They all know, like, it's not the same.
No, it's not. But they get to, it's cool to see how they intake it, right? It's just, they get to intake it differently. And that's kind of fun. They have a different experience than we do.
It could end up like my son, when I showed him Star Wars and he was like, Attack of the Clones is the best movie ever made. And I'm like, no, dude, it's the worst one. Like,
as a kid,
this is before Rise of Skywalker, but you know.
Well, I have heard your episode with my friends, and I do have like I won't sidetrack you. If you want to discuss it, we can move.
We'll get off that. It must be so nice though to have that love of Star Wars like you do, and then watch from your youngest from all those years. From 3.5 to I'm going to stop at Last Jedi, I've just experienced that whole thing with him.
Yeah.
Are you worried about the future of it at all? And then we'll move on.
So I've always felt that the sequels are the more exciting of the films. There's some slow movies. Like if you rewatch New Hope after you've watched it, you could fall asleep.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Phantom Menace, boy, you're fucking out like a light until the end. Like you're like, holy shit, what am I in social studies class or what do you got? History class? You're going to tell me about the bureaucracy, the fucking Space Federation? Like what is it? The UN? But Force Awakens, really an opening. Last Jedi, I've got some positives and negatives with it. But the problem is that when you look at the originals, you had one guy as the voice with other people writing. So it's his story. They're now going to add to it. Good or bad, right? Like good or bad. And again, we have to always remember they're kids' movies. Even though we saw the prequels after being adults and we're hoping to get the other, we're not kids anymore. Yeah. So we're not going to see it with that same eye.
Yeah.
When you go into the sequels and you don't or you have a storyline that J.J. Abrams was heading towards, which is why I don't think you like Rise of Skywalker, because it was supposed to be, Rey was supposed to be Luke's daughter. That is not up for debate. The end of that movie sells it at the end of Force Awakens. Now, I like Rian Johnson. He decided to take things a different way. But the minute you stop the through line and let other people start to tell the story, almost like a pass along, like we're doing some kind of campfire thing, you're going to not have a concrete thread. And so you're going to get a lot of visual excitement in the sequels. I think they're the more exciting films to watch because there's action throughout. But they are so convoluted as a story. They go all over the place because they stopped making either one director or one writer do them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let Rian Johnson do what he wants to do, but someone has got to sit down. If you have three guys do it, they sit the fuck down. They say, here's how this is going to go from beginning, middle, and end.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is how this movie is going to go.
It's
and now the three
like,
of us will bring our own thing to it.
That is the thing that frustrates me about those three movies the absolute most. Is it's like when you were a kid and one of your friends would write a line of a story and then they'd fold the page over and you write the next line and then they fold the page over and then someone else writes the next line and it ends up with unintelligible nonsense. That's exactly what fucking happens to those three movies.
Yes.
It's just, it annoys the shit out of me so much. They knew they were making 3. Just plan it. You know?
Exactly.
It isn't even hard. Like, really
and
isn't.
Kathleen Kennedy, you worked with George Lucas the entire fucking time.
I know. Like, it's
Did you
mad.
not pay any attention to what the fuck was happening on set? Did you not pay any fucking attention?
Yeah. No.
So annoying. Yeah. And
she's not a part of it anymore. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm hopeful. I mean, look, I love Star Wars stories. I think we need to start telling new stuff.
Yes.
We need to put away Skywalker.
Yes.
Let it go. It's fine. It's good things, it's bad things, but let's start telling other good stories. Stop stop making the Darth Vader Obi-Wan show.
Don't chew on that, Max.
Cooper loves that shoe too.
Oh, now he's into Cooper's food. Wow, he is loving it. What do you feed Cooper?
Blue Buffalo Life Protection Formula. He never leaves a crumb. I love it because it's made with high-quality protein, nutrient-rich fruits and veggies, and wholesome whole grains.
Looks like we're switching to Blue.
Blue Buffalo foods are made with the superior ingredients your dog needs to thrive. Can your dog food say that? Visit feedbluefood.com to learn more.
This episode is brought to you by Netflix. Tomorrow night, witness the end of an era. John Cena takes center stage for his final appearance ever on Monday Night Raw. One last match, one unforgettable farewell. Celebrate the legacy of a true WWE legend. Don't miss Monday Night Raw, tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time, only on Netflix. Be there for the moment everyone will be talking about.
When cool, creamy ranch meets tangy, bold buffalo, the whole is greater than the sum of its sauce. Say howdy, partner, to new Buffalo Ranch sauce. Only at McDonald's for a limited time.
At participating McDonald's.
Cool. Let's move on to the next question, which is, Scott, what has been your most disappointing sequel? So it doesn't even have to be a bad sequel. It's not your worst sequel, but one went in high and you came in low.
Oh, God. That's every movie I've ever seen. It's almost every sequel since the time. Okay. Disappointing, right? I would say, and I'm kind of like walking the line here because it is, but I'll also explain why I think there's great things about it. I would say Last Jedi.
Okay.
Only because, now, not because I don't think Last Jedi has its merits. I do. I like what Rian Johnson did. I love that Rian Johnson took the Force in a new way. I love that he made Rey and Kylo have some kind of interconnection. And that connection is because they're fucking both Skywalkers. Anyway, but the reason that they can feel themselves in the Force is because they're fucking related. But anyways, I like that. I loved that about that. And if you think about that movie, the movie's based on watching them. Everything else is a useless waste of time. We've got this very long space chase that's going at the speed of turtles trying to fuck each other in the snow.
Yeah.
And then eventually we have this cool moment where she just turns the ship around and goes into light speed and blows everyone up. I'm like, that was a long way. We could have done that. We could have done that right out the gate. We could have actually just started with that. We've got Princess Leia flying like Superman out of space. She doesn't have to breathe. Okay. That was bad. And then we waste Finn. Finn is completely wasted in that movie.
Yeah.
I don't think Rian Johnson is a racist by any such imagination, but you could make a case that he gives the Asian girl, I forget her name, I do apologize, and Finn do absolutely nothing on a planet with Benicio del Toro. Almost as if Benicio del Toro's character from The Usual Suspects somehow went to space and now he was a gangster up there. It was this awful plot line that went nowhere. Just to show us some one kid could do the Force with the broom. They're like, oh, well, okay. That was like Rian Johnson's like, this one shot I'm going to get in this film. This kid's going to fucking pull a broom with his hand. And that was it. Like, it was his Harry Potter Jedi mode. It's like, oh, there we go. But when you look at the Rey and Kylo stuff, I love that stuff. And I love their battle up with, why am I blanking? I'm old. With Snoke, a wasted character as well. So there's a lot of great visuals and great stuff they did with the Jedi stuff. He really added something that no one else had done. And then, thankfully, J.J. Abrams kept it in the next movie. Like, they actually added to it. And I really liked that. I like when they fight in the different timelines. It's just, that is good stuff. That is inventive stuff to Star Wars. Some of the other stuff is just like, okay, we're going to this gambling place. What's this about? Not even a good Ocean's 11 thing. Like, there could have been something like that. It's like, nope. We waste we waste Finn completely. Finn was an amazing character. Yeah. If you remember seeing the trailer, you thought Finn might be the Jedi. I had no idea it was going to be Rey. The 3 blood streaks on the mask. Like, it was just so cool. Yeah. And then this one, Rian Johnson was like, I love Jedi stuff. We're going to do Jedi stuff. What about the other stuff? We'll find some fun ways to end that. And then you're like, it didn't really land for me, but I did. Like I said, the Jedi stuff really was like, oh, Rian Johnson has finally done something that no one else had the balls to do, which is like, let's expand the Force. Let's fucking expand the Force. You just said the Force was awakened. Well, let's awaken the fucking Force into something new. Yeah. And that I will give Last Jedi credit for, because I think that is the best inventive stuff that Star Wars has had in the 4 decades that it's been out there now.
I think I was the same as you. Like, I'm coming around to Last Jedi. I always get the two confused for some reason. I'm coming around to Last Jedi. But my initial reaction when I watched it was that disappointment. And I think as I became a parent afterwards, I started to understand how Luke just gets so tired he just dies.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of just, Padme gave up. Luke gives up. Just gives up.
This is hard. Bye.
Like, you know what? I'm tired. It was cool that he did like that long distance thing. That was cool. So I can understand him dying with that kind of power he probably had to exert. Like, probably had to exert an exorbitant amount of energy in order to help Rey and them escape. Yeah. I think, it was his.
When I first watched it, I was like, you can't kill Luke like that. You just can't do it. Like, it's so boring.
Even Mark Hamill said that. He's kind of like,
Would you have liked seeing Luke do more in that movie, or even survive it?
Well, it's interesting. I would love to have seen, because the ending of the movie and the beginning are the same, right? So that we end Force Awakens, we start Last Jedi at that same moment where Rey has finally found Luke. We have been waiting 40 years to see Luke Skywalker again. Since Jedi. And she goes to hand him. And if you watch the end of JJ's, there is recognition in Luke's face that he knows who this girl is. And she is teared up as if she has some kind of feeling of like, this man is important in my life. Forget the fact that the lightsaber called out to her. R2-D2 only wakes up in the presence of a Skywalker. Forget all the stuff that's laid out in that movie. We just go to the second one like, fuck that. But he takes the lightsaber and throws it behind him. Right off the bat, I was like, uh-oh. I was like, oh no.
That bit I quite like.
No.
I sort of quite like that.
It's funny. It's funny, but it's not what was set up, right? Like, it's not what was set up at the end of the other movie. It's a big drama. Hold off. Wait till you see it in 2 years from now, whatever it was. And then all of a sudden she's like, fuck your lightsaber. And you're kind of like, oh, that's not what was promised us. So, but that being said, he's drinking milk. I mean, there are some funny moments, and now when I look back, I'm like, fuck it. He's drinking the milk out of some weird space cow's tit. It's like, what the fuck?
I like that, how he's keeping contact with her as well.
And he's absolutely like mad dog. And like, kind of like when your dog takes a shit and looks at you, like, you're kind of like, what the fuck, dude? Look away. I'm staring at it.
I'm having a bit of a crisis here because I'm really like The Last Jedi. I went to
that is perfectly fine.
But you're so good at describing it. I'm like, oh, God.
Sorry. I'm not here to ruin anybody. I'm not here to piss in your Cheerios, as we say in America. At being a Star Wars fan, I don't like to be a Star Wars fan who just comes on and they complain about, this and that. I like to at least hopefully have good reasons why I feel like these things did or didn't go right. You know what I mean? Like, instead of like, I hate it because there's a black guy in a Star Wars suit. Like, fuck off, pal.
Yeah.
You're not a Star Wars fan. Go fuck yourself.
Those people can't go fuck themselves.
There's plenty of Nazi movies out there for you, pal. Go ahead and watch all these lily white ones. Go get the fuck out of here. So
yeah, because for Star Wars people, we were so starved for so long, and now we've got all this content that's coming our way, and people, it seems to be making angry. Just be fucking happy that we're getting it.
Thank you.
We're so blessed. Yes, go, sir.
When you watched New Hope, when you watched Force Awakens, and you saw it in the trailer, but when you saw Han Solo and Chewbacca walk onto the Millennium Falcon, did you get a little emotional? Or am I the only sap here? I knew it was coming. Definitely. I knew it was coming. And I don't know. There was just something like my a young child in me was like, oh my God, there they are.
Even before that, when as soon as the blue a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away came up, I was gone.
Gets me every time.
Yeah.
Gets me every time.
The music hits. Yeah.
The first screening I saw Force Awakens, Leicester Square in London, big, beautiful screening. Me and my wife went, and it was packed. And it was like, I would say it's the closest thing I've been to a rock concert for a cinema. So all those bits, people lost their fucking minds. And it was great. I had my brother, he'd just been living in Dubai for a few years. He'd just come back, he was getting married. Like 2 days later, I was like, I've got to watch Star Wars with you because it's me and my brother's thing. And had him next to me watching it. And then, that Chewie Han bit, we're home bit.
We're home.
Even the first time you see the Millennium Falcon.
I'm a grown man biting my cheek to not cry. I'm like, stay strong. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like,
just thinking about it.
Yes.
And people are like, it's the New Hope, but like the greatest hits. I was like, it might have been, but God, I was so happy that it was back. God, I was so happy that it was good, and I was having a good time watching Star Wars, and everyone else was having a blast as well. It felt so magical. And how were you after that one? Were you excited for this trilogy was coming?
Pumped.
Yeah.
Pumped. I was like, guess what? We're dunking this fucking thing all the way to the end. I was like, this is just, it's nothing but hits. This is going to be the trilogy. Everyone finally shuts the fuck up and enjoys. And then Kathleen Kennedy was like, let's play roulette director.
Yeah.
This is fucking like, God damn it.
So do you think at the beginning of Force Awakens, they did have a plan for Rey to be a Skywalker? So
I do, because JJ bookends it, right? And the reason he calls it Rise of Skywalker, because I think JJ, that was the plan. I think he was like, I'm going to set this up that he's going to use the Mara Jade, Luke Skywalker books that came out right after, probably in the early 90s before the prequels came out. There was some really good books that came out. And in one of them, Luke Skywalker gets married to one of George Lucas's most hated characters ever created, which is Mara Jade, who was this, she had some force sensitivity and she helped Vader track down Jedis kind of thing.
Oh.
And then they fall in love and they have a kid. And Leia and Han have 3 kids. They have, I forget their names, but they had twins. And the twins, one of them, the boy turns evil and the girl has to kill him in one of the books.
Wow.
And so so I think JJ was pulling from some of that to start this. But instead of like going for the book and then fans being like, oh, you're just ripping off the book, I think what he was looking to do was, there was a character, maybe we never knew the mom, but Luke had fathered a child and knew that if anybody knew it was his daughter, that could be a problem. If there were Sith out there still, they would try to turn her. So I do believe JJ sets it up perfectly, that is what is going to happen. Then at the end, he has to now change it to Palpatine, which Palpatine does come back. He is cloned in these books. Like, he does come back. Yeah, there are some clones out there. Listen. If we learn anything about movies, there's always a weird way for someone who's been dead.
It's just the line.
Disintegrate. It's just like, no, I'm back. It's a line of code.
It's just the fact that Poe says it in the movie. He's like, and Palpatine's back. Somehow.
So I don't know that Palpatine was the angle. I think this Snoke character was going to be the guy who was going to be the villain for the way through.
Yeah.
And then they would team up, and they end up doing that in the second film and basically making Snoke look like he's a bitch and do nothing.
Yeah. And I thought Snoke was going to be like a Palpatine clone kind of thing. You know, that's where I thought that was going. But yeah.
So
weird.
I do think JJ's plan was at the end, she's the rise of Skywalker.
And I would have been more on board with that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like.
You could have had, what's his name, do the stuff he did and keep that storyline, and it would have made sense. But we go left, right, all over the place. And then you're like, at the end, you're kind of like, I don't know. From Force Awakens to Skywalker, there's a small through line of Jedi stuff. But other than that, you kind of like.
It's a mess.
We blew up we blew up a planet, and we're just like,
Yeah.
Like it meant something when Alderaan was blown up. You know what I mean? Like Leia took that person. It was like, we blew up Coruscant. We're fucking tired of that place anyways. It's just like, it's like moving along.
Fuck.
Yeah.
And then I think JJ bringing another super dark Death Star weapon. I was kind of like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
Now it's and they can blow up. Like, and we still didn't learn from the other three. There's always a reaction that can be hit. Like, fucking, who are the engineers on the villain sides that can't fucking block this stuff and protect it? Like, it seems so easy to destroy.
Yeah, at least in that first one, it was put there for a purpose because, you know.
Well, yes, thank God for Rogue One, which.
Yeah.
What's my second favorite Star Wars?
Me too.
I think that is absolutely brilliant. And the Andor series is absolutely the best Star Wars series out there. Unbelievable.
Absolutely.
Unreal.
100%.
That is what Star Wars should be.
But if we're learning anything from recent events and real history, is that fascists in general are a bit stupid. So maybe that's what we've got going for us.
I think we're also listening to is that people don't realize when a fascist is fucking there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Amen again.
What are your favorite movies, Gen X? Oh, I love Indiana Jones and Star Wars. You know he fights Nazis basically the entire time. Space Nazis and regular Nazis. No, I didn't see it. No, it's there.
Well, let's move on to the next question, which is one of the big ones. So is Scott, what is your worst ever sequel?
This is a good choice.
Fucking LA. Fucking dog shit. And I'll explain why. The first icon, the first person that as a young boy I wanted to be was Snake fucking Plissken. Now I live in New York, not in the city. Just like when you live in England, not everyone lives in London. We do have, there are other places, believe it or not. I know it's crazy. But because we're about 4 or 5 hours from the city and cable's just coming out. There was a channel that came out of New York City called WPIX 11, channel 11. And they used to use the Twin Towers as their like 11, which is kind of odd now that you look back at it.
Yeah.
But they would play a lot of movies, a lot of like New York based movies too. So that's how I saw Chud. That's how I saw The Warriors. And it's how I saw Escape from New York. And I remember Escape from New York being one of those movies I was like, whoa, this is fucking cool. As a young boy, I was like, and Snake Plissken is the baddest motherfucker alive.
Yeah.
So, and the sad thing is that John Carpenter's the one who did the sequel. Normally it's some jackass who fucks it up and does, you're like, why did they let this guy do this? John Carpenter does it. And I think, okay, this is going to be good. And then I'm like, we're escaping from LA though. I'm like, New York is good. It's an island. So you can put up walls and it makes all of the stuff that's going to happen work. Right? Like if there was going to be Escape from the UK, you could wall off the entire island that you guys live on.
Yeah, that's 28 years later,
work.
basically, right?
Yes, could totally do that. Yeah, because in that you guys are walled off and the rest of the world has moved on to like, fuck England.
Yeah.
It's like, But then we go to LA and now he's playing basketball. Like it's just, they're surfing. And I was like, fuck,
God, the surfing.
They just ruined this movie. They ruined this guy. I don't even consider it. I will not watch it again. It is absolute dog
don't worry.
shit. And I
did for you.
Yeah.
It's awful, isn't it?
I mean, yeah.
Have you try watching them back to back?
I did.
You will literally, you will be as bald as I am. You will rip your hair out going, what the fuck did you do,
I did
John?
watch them back to back. And it reminded, we had a guy on the podcast, I guess the podcast, a guy called Matt Coyne, who's he's a writer and he's known for like Man vs. Baby is his thing over here. And he said he went to like Comic-Con and there was a guy dressed as Snake Plissken and he went up to her and he went, I thought you were dead. And the guy was like, what? And it turned out he wasn't dressed as Snake Plissken. He just had an eye patch. Like he just had one eye.
That's brilliant. Snake Plissken makes me want to have an eye patch era. My buddies and I have said, like, look, if I have to lose an eye, I don't want to, but if I do, I already know exactly how I'm looking.
Kurt Russell's a good-looking man, isn't he, in that point? Great hair.
Badass. Oh, He has the best facial hair and long hair in the world.
I was amazed to find out that the first one was like 1980, 1981 or whatever it was. And I always thought the second one was a lot earlier. 1996, that madness came out.
Yes.
So you must remember it coming out.
I saw it. Yes. So again, I'm like, okay, you know what? Snake Plissken's in this movie.
Yeah.
We're seeing it. Like, we're seeing it. There's just this, it's going to happen, right? Like, I'm not going to see my idol. I sit in the theater and I'm watching it, and it has none of the grit and the darkness. It's a basic horror movie, the first one. Once Snake gets onto the island and the crazies come out of the subway and out of the bowels of New York, it's insanity. Like the things that are happening, and Snake is fucked early. Like he is unprepared for this mission he's on. But it's Kurt Russell, and he just continues to fucking be cool. And he kills that giant fucking guy with the bat with the spikes. And there's just such a cool fucking movie of how you go through things. LA had none of that. No. It almost like tried to be glitzy like LA, and that ruined it. The 80s in New York was dark. It was a crime-ridden time, so really fit well with the setting. And now you're going to LA. Like, why wouldn't you another prison in LA?
Why is it so dark in California? Like, that's the other thing. Like, I understand New York being dark. Like, your winters are dark, right? Like the same as us, but they're not in LA. Like, LA's just like summertime, sunny. Right? Like
65 degrees in the winter, 70s and 80s in the summer. It's like beautiful.
Makes no sense shooting it like that.
No, there's also a quote from one of the woman character, I don't know her name, from Hot Shots. And she's like, well, just get used to it. It's not that bad, really. And you're like, oh, okay. Fine.
Yeah. And he tried to make it for an audience, more people to see it, which ruins it, right? So now you start to sanitize this fucking story, so that now more people will go see it instead of it being the cult fucking classic that it is. It'd be, they talked about remaking it. That was around for a while. That's kind of died down. One, like we talked earlier, don't remake shit. Don't, unless it's good. So your boy Edgar Wright, I'm really looking forward to his remake of Running Man, because I think the Running Man falls short from the original. There's so much they don't do in that movie.
So
I'm looking forward to see what they're doing here. Yeah. So that is a good remake. Take movies that are suck and remake those.
Yes.
I'm all for it.
Yes.
I'm all for it. Don't take the good ones and try to remake it, because you're not even close. If you heard someone say, I'm going to remake Taxi Driver, you'd be like, fuck you, kill this man immediately.
Stop it.
Yeah,
Adam McKay, and don't call it the Joker.
Well, so I was very disheartened and absolutely crushed by this. And are there other bad movies out there? Yeah, we could probably sit here for a whole 7 episodes, but that one ruined a character that I idolized. Yeah. Absolutely destroyed it, made it comical and terrible. Snake Plissken's playing basketball to keep people like, what the fuck are we? Snake Plissken is a fucking former Green Beret who fought the Russians in World War III. He's playing fucking hoops like Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
What are we doing
here? Apparently he made the shot, though. That long shot.
He does. I know. That is cool, but
good bit of fat.
You got to score. It's like you got to score 700 baskets in 20 seconds. Like,
it's like,
why? What? There was like, you had 16 years to come up with this, John, and this is what you came up with?
I think
basketball.
Like the person who came up with that went to an English school in the late 80s, early 90s, because we had a fitness test called the bleep test, where you had to run up and down to the bleeps. And I'm like, he's just doing the bleep test, but with basketballs. Yeah. Like, no.
It was.
He just is a sadistic gym teacher.
Maybe he's a big fan of Michael Jordan's movie there with the Looney Tunes. We're going to make our own Space Jam. It's going to be Snake Plissken Jam. Just like, okay.
Why does it look so cheap is my question to Escape from LA. I'm not quite sure what the budget was. Hang on.
Well,
50 million, apparently.
50 million.
50 million, really?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, they shot the original in St. Louis, which is a lot of people don't know. They used St. Louis because they couldn't, because New York was so crime-ridden at the time, they were actually worried about their safety. So they shot most of the exterior in St. Louis. And then, again, John Carpenter is a young filmmaker at the time. He is like, he's making these great films and with very low production, but working on his craft. He's been tour at the time. Now he's got money, and sometimes bigger budgets don't make better movies.
Because the original budget must have been like 5-6 million, right? Like,
something very small. And when you're forced to make a movie on that low budget, I feel like you really center on making sure the story and the shots are all amazing because you don't have other times to go. And you've got $50 million at the time in the 90s, which in that time is still, I mean, it's big money.
It's big money.
You know, probably it's like $200 million now with inflation. And so they're making this epic. And so he's like, I got all this time. We're going to light it this way and all this way. Instead of like sometimes using just the dark lights of the city to really just amp it up, or setting fires on the street to add to the glow, like kind of forcing your way into lighting situations. Now he can do whatever he wants. If you remember, the prison is lit up like a stadium. You're kind of like,
yes,
it loses its grit. It is no longer a gritty movie about Snake Plissken. It's now just, and I don't even remember what the fucking point of him going into the prison was this time. That's how dumb that movie is. Like, he has to save the president because the president was taken into the thing by some kamikaze group of people who are against the American president. No, it's not made in 2025, but it was made in 1980. So, you know, we could have the same kind of story.
It is interesting to watch the Escape from LA storyline, though, because there is a bit about immigration and stuff, how they're putting all the Latinos or whatever onto Los Angeles on one island and deporting them. I was like, well, that sounds very familiar.
Are you telling me that someone may have had a Blockbuster card and made their whole president based on these movies? He likes? I'm going to write this down. I'm going to write this down.
It might do, because
it's not far off.
It's the second where it's like, and the forever presidents, the banned elections. And I'm like, hang on a minute, this is sounding familiar.
Yeah, it's all a bit weird. John Carpenter's career is fascinating as well. I'm guessing you were a big fan of his early stuff, maybe?
You know, as a Tarantino podcast, and Tarantino says the reason he wants to leave early is because he doesn't want to get bad in his older age. And there's so much pointing towards the reason that his retirement is coming up is valid. John Carpenter's early stuff, great. Towards the end, not so good.
I would say this might have been the start of it. I don't know if you agree with it.
I would agree.
The run from Escape from LA, Vampires, and Ghost of Mars is not good free films.
No. And what you go to the early ones, Halloween, Assault on Precinct 13,
that's my favorite.
Escape from New York, and then The Thing. Like dunk.
And
like,
the Fog
and Christine. Don't forget Christine.
Yeah, how can I forget Christine?
And he still bangs out
like
Big Trouble in Little China a little bit later.
Oh God, can I forget about Big Trouble in Little China?
They want to remake all these, by the way.
His 70s and 80s run is spectacular. It's unimpeachable. After that, he loses the thread.
Why do you think that is, though? Was it he was getting better budgets, or he's just lost the will? I don't know.
You know, I guess if you look at his films from the 70s and 80s, maybe he's the time he's living in, right? 70s and 80s are a tough time. There's some economic downturn. There's rise in crime. And if you look at his films, they kind of have that gritty look to them because that is kind of representing the times he's in. By the time you get to the 90s, the 80s have changed that. Like, he hits it early 80s, and then as we get towards, even if we go to Big Trouble in Little China, mid 80s, it's starting to get brighter. It's starting to become neon like the 80s.
Yeah.
Well, we still have a great lead in Jack Burton. So we're going to have this great, amazing film, a film about where you think the lead is the hero and he's not. The side character, the Asian guy, he's the actual fucking hero. Yeah. Like Jack Burton is pretty much useless in the entire film. He gets knocked out. He doesn't do anything, which is a great little twist because that's not what you do in the
because
they
keep wanting to recently remake that with The Rock, and I was like, that's not Jack Burton.
No,
unless The Rock's going to be one of the bad guys.
Yeah,
then okay, I'll go with him as one of the three storms. Fine, put him as the guy who blows himself up and explodes, but do not remake him as Jack Burton. He does not have the charisma for that. That is just not who he is. No. We need somebody. Too bad. I mean, obviously, it's a John McClane-like character. It's an everyday guy who's a bit sarcastic, who can pull off some action. We believe it. The Rock looks like he is. It looks like he's going to shoot as like Stallone or Schwarzenegger.
I would put Gosling or someone.
Fucking big. Yeah. Oh yes, a Ryan Gosling. Someone in that, or Felipe. Someone in that. Not Felipe. Sorry, not Ryan Felipe. My bad. Don't. Do not put Ryan Felipe. Wrong Ryan.
It's all right. I said Adam McKay.
But even Ryan Reynolds would work.
So, you know, like, it happens.
Ryan Reynolds would work, right? Because he is a sarcastic guy. Yeah. He could be that type of guy. Those guys would work because they get it. They're funny. They can be self-deprecating. They get the joke. The Rock cannot be self-deprecating. He talks about himself in the third person. That's hard to be self-deprecating when you talk about yourself in the third person.
And also, he can't not be the good guy, can he? He can't not be the hero. And I have a theory that any actor who can only play heroes is probably not a great dude. Like, if your ego is so fragile that you can't possibly be the perfect
really shines
hero.
through when they hit 50, doesn't it? Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
Stallone.
Maybe you're not that great a guy.
Uh-oh. Red flags.
When Escape was LA got announced and you're looking forward to it and that character is one of your favorites, were you hopeful at that point? At what point did it go? Was it while you're watching it, or?
Oh, right, yeah, while we're watching, yeah.
So
I think
to that point, you were like,
the sequels hadn't been bad yet. Like, the sequels are coming out, and even if you look back at Predator 2, Predator 2 is still a damn good sequel, right? Like, it's it's not Schwarzenegger, so you might get disappointed because you want Arnie in the jungle. But Danny Glover does an amazing job in that film. That film is really pretty fucking good, right? That's really fucking good.
Does commit to it, definitely.
And
give him that.
Die Hard 2 was good. So you're not jaded just yet. I think the 90s is the start, and then the 2000s just fucking suck it in a vortex. So I go to it thinking, all right, look, there have been some sequels. I mean, T2, depending. I think it's flashy, but T2 has some really good qualities to it compared to the Terminator. Like, there's some stuff that they did. They were turning Arnie into the Terminator into also being a good guy. Like, they played in some things back when James Cameron could make movies. He made Aliens.
Brilliant.
Both those movies are brilliant. Alien and Aliens are two different films, but they're absolutely fucking brilliant, both of them. They're just amazing films. So we hadn't gotten to that point of like, damn it, these fucking sequels. We were getting ready to, right? So I think this is one of those ones. Gremlins 2. Some people like, some people don't. It's like we start to fall off the fucking train. And it was very disappointing right in the gate because it's like you said, it's bright. It's kind of flashy. I don't think he's as bad a guy as a tougher character in this movie.
Does he?
No, he's not Snake. Snake Plissken's like, fuck your president, fuck your war. In this one, it's kind of like, well, I'll play basketball. You're kind of, no, that's not what Snake Plissken does. Snake Plissken fights people to the death, not shoots hoops.
Exactly.
Would the NBA get a tie in here? I don't know. There was some kind of cross promotion, but you instantly feel that we have now completely jumped the shark. So we are not even trying to make anything like New York. And that's okay. It doesn't have to be like New York, but you can at least take a Die Hard 2 book and go, we're going to do similar, but here's how we can change it and make it work. We could have done this with LA.
Yeah.
But if you're going to do it in LA, put it in maybe maybe it's centered in gangland, right? Like now he's got to deal with gangs from these areas and maybe help them rise up, something like that. You could do anything. Instead of just making him be almost like surf and be like the Disney version of Snake.
The surfing with Peter Fonda just makes me want to punch myself in the face.
That's the bit I remember watching before I rewatched it for this. I was like, I swear there's a surfing scene. Really.
I saw this in the cinema, Dave.
Did you?
I was 15 when this came out. So I watched me and my friends watched Escape from New York together and then went to watch this at the cinema. And you know what I'm like when I watch a movie, like I can't hold things in.
Yeah, you're awful.
And the bit when he's just has the bloody hologram at the end, where when he's a hologram, I always remember my friend like laughing at me because I just went, "Oh, for fuck's sake!"
I didn't know that.
It hurts. It hurts when something you love is destroyed.
It also stopped any other sequels because you felt like at some point there could have been more of these. Like he's such a good character.
Escape from Chicago. Escape from every city in America.
Well, yeah.
Escape from.
I think there's plans to like Paris or London or something mad afterwards.
I did wonder what was happening in the rest of the world. Like America's fallen to fascism, but what about the rest of the world? Like
also fascism. Probably.
We're going to sell it to you. We're going to sell our fascism freedom.
Yeah. Would you watch a remake now of any of this? And who would you cast?
Can't be Escape from New York. It has to be Escape from something else.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If an Edgar Wright, or it would have to be someone who loves the material so much.
Yeah.
Like J.J. Abrams loves Star Wars, and I think Force Awakens, he absolutely loves it. You feel it. And even if it's fan service, I don't fucking care. I fucking got emotional, and I loved it. If I have someone who can do that, and they can sell me a Snake Plissken, because this is Kurt Russell we're talking about. This is like, how do you do The Unforgiven without fucking Clint Eastwood? Like certain actors, they have an aura about them.
Yeah.
And you're asking another actor to fucking step into some of those shoes, and you're like, no, you could have a Heath Ledger. who suddenly you go, Heath Ledger's playing the Joker after Nicholson. And then he shows up and you go, okay.
Yeah.
Hats off to you. Well done, Christopher Nolan. That man just rewrote the Joker.
Yeah.
And that's fantastic, right? So if you can have someone in that level, I would give it a chance.
Yeah.
But you'll ruin your fucking career if you fuck it up.
Yeah.
Just my opinion. You can put your career into fucking meat grinder. You're done if you fuck up some of these movies.
This podcast is brought to you by Carvana. Carvana lets you buy your next car on your terms. Explore a massive inventory online, filter for what matters, and find your perfect match. Then choose delivery to your home or pick it up at one of Carvana's iconic car vending machines. Every car also comes with a 7-day money-back guarantee, so you can make sure it's the right fit. Buy your car on Carvana. Delivery or pickup fees may apply. Limitations and exclusions may apply. See our 7-day return policy at Carvana.com.
Carvana. The family that vacations together stays together. At least, that was the plan. Except now, the dastardly desk clerk is saying he can't confirm your connecting rooms.
Wait, what?
That's right, ma'am. You have rooms 201 and 709.
No, we cannot be 5 floors away from our kids.
The doors have double locks. They'll be fine.
When you want connecting rooms confirmed before you arrive, it matters where you stay.
Welcome to Hilton. I see your connecting rooms are already confirmed.
Hilton, for the stay.
Running a business comes with a lot of what-ifs. But luckily, there's a simple answer to them. Shopify. It's the commerce platform behind millions of businesses, including Thrive Cosmetics and Momofuku. And it'll help you with everything you need. From website design and marketing to boosting sales and expanding operations, Shopify can get the job done and make your dream a reality. Turn those what-ifs into... Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/special offer.
Next question is, what sequel seemed like a bad idea, but you ended up liking? I think this would be quite interesting from you.
Oh, that is a good one.
Yeah, this is the hard one.
This is a hard one.
Yeah.
Damn you.
Where he has to work the brains. So you kind of might have been dragged to it. Or like you go to cinema a lot, maybe not films you really want to see, but you came out feeling quite positive at the end.
Like we did silly things like Bridget Jones, the recent Bridget Jones movie.
He didn't
Both
get
of
in
us came
cinema.
out of that and was like, I liked that. Like, I cried at that movie.
You know, all right. This one gets a high praise all the time, and at first, it's Nicolas Cage who sold this to me. All right?
Okay.
I'm a big Nicolas Cage fan. Paddington 2.
Yes.
What the fuck?
It's so good, right?
Had you not seen it until Massive Fight?
No. Because again, my kids are older now, right? So Paddington isn't going to be something I'm going to go watch because one, I know how I look, as you do, Rich. And when we show up in a theater full of kids, you go, okay, the list is real. You know what I mean? You're like, all right, this guy needs to go. I don't care what he likes about films. Get him the fuck out of here, kind of thing. So it's not one of those movies I'm going to go see, you know. And look, I have nothing wrong with Paddington, but again, I'm a 50-year-old man almost, and kids' movies don't usually land. I'll have grandkids eventually, and so again, once I'll get back into that, back onto that carousel, I will watch all of these movies because obviously spend time with my grandkids. That's the thing I kind of want to do. But when you have no reason to, you're kind of like, you're kind of weird.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like Cars 9. Do I really need to see Cars 9? Is that really what I should do today? But I'd heard from it and I'd heard about it, and I was like, okay. I'm like, I'm not gonna watch Paddington. Like, it's just not my thing. And I saw them talk about it, and then the movie, him and
Pedro.
Him and Pedro, who's everywhere now. I was like, okay, I'm gonna give it a shot. And God damn it. God damn you, you little bear in your blue fucking coat and your red boots.
It's great.
It is unbelievably great. As a grown man, you're like, am I going to fucking cry? Like, what the fuck is this bear doing to me? So yeah, that was a shock.
Because I guess Paddington in Britain, Paddington is like an institution.
Huge for you guys.
It's a thing for us.
When I was a kid, we did have the books. Well, in the 80s, like back when we would read, we did do the Paddington books when we were younger. Like there were the books, we did read those. So that was something that did land here as well. But I don't know that it still does anymore.
Yeah.
I think the kids have moved on from some of this stuff. Like the Judy Blume books that we had here in America. Like, well, there's a certain story things that kids don't do anymore. Which is okay. I mean, you move on with the times. Like I think you should. So Paddington was a thing I knew about for sure. And there have been cartoons. I've seen the cartoons. And so then I was like, okay, I'll give this a shot. And man, they really fucking nailed it.
Yeah.
Like it's an Oscar-worthy movie.
Yes, it is.
It really is. Like it's an Oscar-worthy movie.
I'm really surprised more people haven't picked it for best sequel. I'm really surprised.
Yeah, It really is a good movie. Like, it's hard to, anyone who says, it's a litmus test. Anyone who says they hate Paddington 2 is a fucking piece of shit human being. Right then and there, like, you could almost like show somebody and see if, when your kids get older, they're dating a girl or boy. Why don't you watch Paddington 2? Tell me what you think. And they're like, it's fucking awful. You go, you will not be seeing this person ever again. They are a serial rapist or killer that it's going to happen. We need to get rid of this person. They're going to become president in America. We need to get rid of them right now.
Yeah, because the bear looks so real. You are convinced by him.
God.
You accept
and Ben
it straight
Whishal's
away.
voice is so perfect.
How about this?
As well, right?
Why can't the people at Flash find the guy who made the fucking bear? What are we doing?
Yeah.
We don't have the time. This guy's making a bear look real, and these fucking people make Nicolas Cage look like he's melted in fucking some LSD fucking fever dream. Like, what?
Yeah.
What is happening? How can we not do the two same things?
The bit that got me is the knock on the door at the end. I mean, the rest of the movie is quite moving, and it's amazing and funny. Gleason's in there. Sally Hawkins is doing brilliant stuff. Even Hugh Bonneville's brilliant. The kids are great. But when Aunt Lucy knocks on the door in the end and it opens it, I absolutely lost my mind and cried a lot. And then a few months later, me and my wife talked about it, and we ended up crying just talking about it and hadn't even seen the film. It's brilliant. It's brilliant.
I think that's what's nice about when you get older. You finally get to a point where you stop worrying about what people think about you, and you allow movies to have an emotional effect on you. And I think that's what makes movies such a great art form, better than any other art form, maybe and music. So I'll put them both there, because music can also have, especially when it's a place and time, and you hear a song and all of a sudden you're like transported back to a day when you were young, you heard that song, and you're just like, you almost feel like you went into a time machine. You can almost feel yourself in that moment. Movies can just bring out an emotion in you that you didn't know you had, and you didn't know you were going to feel about it. And a fucking CGI bear is making me fucking weep like I'm a grown man. You know what I mean? It's like I'm weeping to a CGI bear. And I think that's what's love about movies, is when you can have that emotional response. Like we talked about Force Awakens, you walk into the theater and they say, Chewie, we're home. And you're just like, inside, you're like, oh my God, I'm going to fucking cry like a little baby. Like, this is everything. Like, it's made me so joyous. It's like a happy cry. And when movies have that power, and then the reverse is the sequel via Escape from LA. They're surfing. You're like, fuck me. Like, it's just, where's Paddington coming by in the drive-by? Like, can he drive by? It's just, Paddington's had enough.
I'd watch that.
The dark Paddington. He's like, it's just shit, people ruining our movies. So yeah, the one that definitely surprised the shit out of me was Paddington 2. I thought, there's no way it's this fucking good.
Did you watch Paddington 1 beforehand, or did you just go?
I did not. I just said, I'm going to go to 2.
Amazing. Have you watched Paddington 1?
And I went to 2. I have not watched Paddington. I didn't watch the newest one, Paddington in Bora Bora, whatever it is.
Peru, yeah.
I didn't. How about this? I waited to see if anyone had the same reaction as Paddington 2. And when I didn't hear that, I said, I don't think I need to see this one.
It's missing something, yeah.
Do you feel that they should have gone past Paddington 2? When you land
I think
the plane as well as they did in Paddington 2, you sometimes go, you know what? Let's just...
Yeah. It was always going to be difficult. But I think they could have done it. It was always going to be hard. But I think the fact that they didn't get Sally Hawkins back
should
have been the point where they've said, the fact that the director.
Have you seen Wonka, Scott?
Which
the
one?
New one.
We were talking about
the Timothée Chalamet one.
I have not seen
Oh my God,
get on
watch
that.
Wonka. You'll love it.
Good.
If you like Paddington 2,
you'll love Wonka. You'll love Wonka.
Okay, I'm kind of a fan of the Tim Burton.
Oh,
Wonka.
fuck you. Fuck you.
Oh, no.
I'll explain why.
Okay.
No.
Because the reason I like it is because of how fucking crazy it is. It's almost like watching Michael Jackson as Willy Wonka. And I think Tim Burton was kind of like, what if Michael Jackson was Willy Wonka? And you're kind of like, oh my God.
I think he would have been up for it as well.
Does anybody else think that Willy Wonka is actually a child killer?
Quite. Well,
I'm going to say
that
even
one is.
I'm pretty sure that he's trying to murder children. Like everything is set up to kill people. And if if Charlie hadn't burped, him and Grandpa get decapitated up top. Like they're all dead. Like I really do think Willy Wonka then signs over the thing to Charlie to get out of liability. Now Charlie's on the hook for all of this shit.
All the dead bodies.
It's the Church of Tarantino twist on that. That's what happens. He killed these fucking kids. I think he finds the world's most annoying kids. They get the fucking ticket and he fucking offs them because they're fucking pieces of shit. And I think he's surprised that Charlie's actually a good person for the most part. And he's like,
and survived.
All right.
Yeah.
And he's a survivor. It's like,
but also the end of
all the secrets are out.
The end of the Roald Dahl book, all the kids get like all the kids get to go home with truckfuls of sweets, right? Like he kind of it makes a point of being like, none of the kids got actually harmed. They're all going home with their truckfuls of sweets. It's fine. Like,
all our dogs are pussy. I'm taking a shit on your national treasure. All our dogs are pussy. Kill those fucking kids. They deserve it.
Brilliant. Scott, what is your dream sequel?
The Vega Brothers.
Yes.
Or Double V Vega, depending on how everyone wants to call it, but the Vega Brothers. Oh, God. And again, it's never going to happen. Obviously, Michael Madsen's passed, but it was never going to happen after we got out of the 90s, which is okay. And I'm okay with that. And Tarantino's talked about not having to, the aging. He'd been asked before about the aging back when Michael was still alive. They use it on the Irishman. I just don't think you don't want to see two guys who are in their 60s at the time pull the old, what really hurts the Irishman. You got De Niro fighting. He's kicking a guy in the street and looks like he's like some old man trying to kick a can. Like it's not, and nothing against De Niro. I love De Niro, but this isn't Goodfellas De Niro, right? This isn't Stomping Billy Bass De Niro. This is, I might pull a hammy if I kick the guy more than two times kind of deal. Like, oh, this looks really bad. So I'm glad he never did it, but oh my God.
It's like Roger Moore fighting in Bonds.
Yes. Vincent Vega and Vic Vega. Mr. Blonde. The two of them together, oh man, it would have been such a glorious fucking film. And he doesn't, Kill Bill's not a sequel, but anyway, he doesn't do sequels. So
yeah,
I think that's one in the fandom that everyone wanted to see because of how cool those characters were and the fact that they were actually brothers. And to see, because if you watch the movie, which I think is great about them, is we don't mention them. I love that we don't have to hit the people that my brother is so, and you don't know which time frame this is. Is Vic still in prison when Vincent comes back from Amsterdam and then dies? And does Vic even know that he's dead?
Yeah.
Have they even seen each other? You know what I mean? There's that, like, we don't know where the time frame is. And I kind of like that. It would have been cool to see this weekend in Amsterdam and what happened there that kind of either may have broken their relationship. We don't know. There could have been one of those moments where like, we shouldn't be together. We're toxic together. I'm going to stay here in Amsterdam. Good luck back in LA kind of thing. I would have loved to have seen it because at the time, Travolta's on top of his game.
Yep.
He's back. And Michael Madsen is never better than when he's won in a Tarantino film. He's always used poorly. He's always used as Mr. Blonde in insert movie, and they never get the best out of him. It would have been such a great fucking film.
I still think they could do it because they could animate it. I would watch an animated Vega Brothers movie.
Well, you do have AI. I know that's kind of listen, I get it, but at the same time, if you can hear Michael Madsen's voice in an animated thing, I'd be okay. There'll
be okay someone out there who can do a really good impression.
That it works.
If the money goes to his family, stuff like that.
James Earl Jones signed off that Star Wars can use his voice in AI so that he could be Darth Vader forever. I don't want anyone else to be Darth Vader. So if we can't use his voice, we stop doing Darth Vader.
Yeah.
You cannot change James Earl Jones' voice out for anybody else. I don't even care how good a person is at mimicking it. It's not James Earl Jones' voice as Darth Vader. It's not Darth Vader. And that's that. That's like, we're not crossing these lines.
Okay, I'm going to throw Wallace and Gromit at you for a second. Do you know Wallace and Gromit?
I do know the Wallace and Gromit.
The guy that died, Peter Sallis died, and he was brilliant. But recently, the Vengeance Most Foul was a new person, and he is identical to Peter Sallis. And I'm just doing devil's advocate here.
Oh, no, because I'm a fan of Rick and Morty, and they got rid of the guy who did the voices, and whoever's doing the voices now.
Oh, are they?
It's really hard to pick that they're not the same guy.
Okay.
Yeah. You're kind of like, that's really close. Like, you could probably tell a little bit, but you're like, man, those are pretty fucking spot on. Like, it's a really, really good, well done switch out of voices. You really couldn't tell that it's not the same guy. Probably if I hadn't told you, you would not even know.
But it's amazing.
If you don't really know,
it's amazing how important voices are because, again, Return of Jafar, the Aladdin sequel, when it's not Robin Williams, even when you're like 7 or 8, you were watching and going, there's something not right here, is there? Yeah. And that's the guy who plays Homer, Dan Castellaneta or something. So it's a good voice. It's just,
but it's not Robin Williams.
Yeah. So your Vega Double V Brothers, would the perfect year, if we were ignoring the animated, perfect year, would it have been around 96 after Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction?
Yeah. I think that would have been a nice ending, a nice little trilogy. I do. I do. I think that would have really been great. I don't want to lose Jackie Brown for it.
Oh, yeah.
I really do
that?
love Jackie Brown. That was 97. So in my interview with him, he did say that if there was a time he could have put an extra movie in, it would have been actually the gap between Jackie Brown and Kill Bill.
That was a gap, yeah.
But that was a gap. So even if we move Jackie Brown into that gap and we put the Vega Brothers in 97, we get Dogs, Fiction, Vega Brothers. He wouldn't have had to worry about, I think then Jackie Brown gets a little bit more praise. It's got it now that we've gone down the road a bit.
Yeah.
But it's hard to do something after Pulp Fiction. It's hard. Like, I mean, even if you look at Kill Bill, I mean, Death Proof, I think is a great movie, but it's Death Proof. I mean, it's Kill Bill. You know what I mean? Like, that's a big epic. And then, you know, he like, all right, so we got Death Proof. And then he jumps into Inglourious Basterds. And then from there, I think he pretty much finds a way to continually be as good as he was from the last kind of movie. So if you could move it down, you put that in there. I think the fans, would not have expected a Pulp Fiction anyways, but they would have satiated their hunger for those two films. And now that they're together, I think it's a sequel without being a sequel.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's a trilogy without really being a trilogy.
It could like the Cornetto trilogy.
A mid-cool or prequel.
And actually it's a prequel, right? Because it'd be a prequel. And then we find out whatever happens. And then we now know that the sequel to their lives, we now know how they end. We find the ends of the Vega brothers in the two films we get prior to it. So we know their ending. So, and it could be like this. Then you could have a really great moment at the end where like, maybe it's kind of like, well, we'll never see each other again. Like you feel like, oh, this brotherly bond is broken, and now you know it'll never be fixed, and now it brings a new weight to those other two movies when they're both killed in them. You know, he did say in another podcast that maybe one day he could do a graphic novel about it.
Yes,
I would be all fucking in for that too. So
because he's into writing at the moment, he's loving.
He is, but he announces things.
Yes,
and then sometimes it fizzles out. So we'll see. You never know. We probably won't get it, but.
Do you think Travolta and Madsen ever had spoke about it? Like, because they must have known that they were off-screen brothers. I wonder if they ever crossed paths.
I don't know if they were ever in a movie together. I'm trying to think about if they ever made a movie together. And because towards the end of their careers, they're in a lot of B movies.
Yeah.
I don't know if they ever cross over in them.
You could ask AI.
Which feels like someone dropped the ball out there, right? Doesn't it feel like some B movie writer could have like, we're going to get Travolta, we're going to get Madsen together. We're going to have this brother crime movie. It's not going to be Double B Vega, but it might be a little bit like wink, wink, Double B Vega. Like we're going to do our own
They do look
thing.
Kind of similar. It's good casting.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if that was the plan all along from Quentin. Like when he was writing, obviously I don't know the timeline on what he wrote first of Reservoir Dogs or Pulp Fiction, but
it was Dogs.
That he was like, I'm going to make it his brother. It's going to be a nice little nod, and they're kind of in the same universe.
Well, he wanted Madsen to play Vincent Vega originally instead of Travolta. And Michael took the role in, I believe it is Wyatt Earp. So he couldn't make the shooting. So he was going to play so they were going to be like twins. So now this breaks up that they're not twins. So now I actually think it works better. I think that Madsen
Travolta's amazing.
Yeah, Travolta, he goes on to do some really great films in the 90s and then, disappears again.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just going to say Travolta and Michael Madsen were in a movie together in 2019.
You're right.
And it was called Trading Paint. And in some places it's called Burning Rubber. I'm not sure which.
So it's some kind of car movie?
Yeah, it's like a race car driver and his son. And like
you're going to have to do an episode on it.
Gangsters in a
I know. I had to watch it.
Like, yeah, so I didn't even know this existed. It's got Shania Twain in it. Like,
then we got to watch it. No, I mean, I didn't want to tell anything, but when the church shuts down, it's going to be the Church of Shania Twain. We're going to just jump into her whole filmography. Just amazing.
Oh, well, that's some
top-notch cinema.
Looks like it's about like demolition derby kind of racing, but yeah.
It's almost a death race without it being death race.
Pretty much, yeah. By the looks of it, and
all right.
That's the only movie they've ever been in together. By the look of it.
I wonder. Well, next thing you have to find if they did scenes together or if they just.
Yeah. That seems like a ball drop there in the cinematic universes that we didn't get those two together.
Yeah, because they did it with, what was it, Travolta and Samuel Jackson on the film Basic, whatever it was. They were like,
that's a good movie. I actually enjoyed that John McTiernan movie.
Yeah, it's a good film.
That's actually pretty good. Yeah.
So,
well, they also keep them apart for most of the movie.
Yes,
so
they
I
do.
don't want to give away. So they're separated for a while. So that's good too. So they lean in with hey, here's your favorite characters. but they're not going to be in the movie the whole time.
That was the selling pitch. That all the marketing was pretty literally like, these two are in the movie again. Fucking wow! And then people watch
and it does have a bit of a
together.
Tarantino feel to it because it's being told out of sequence by different people's perspectives of what happened out in the jungle during this training exercise.
Oh.
Have you seen the movie?
I've seen it. Yeah.
I haven't. No.
I enjoyed it. I really did enjoy it. Like, I think it's John McTiernan's last good movie.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. And it's actually really well done. I really do enjoy the shit out of that movie. It's very underrated. And Travolta's still really good in it.
He is very good in it.
That's the key. He's still really, and it's early 2000s, so I think he's still being seen as a viable candidate to be a leading man. And of course, Samuel Jackson's always fucking good in it. Like,
the man's.
When's he not good?
Would you have put what other characters would you have put in your Vega film? Would you have put any other the Tarantino characters?
So we did talk a little bit about this when we covered. So when I did my Inglourious Basterds series, the very first episode we did was based on the Vega Brothers. We talked about Double V, and we discussed in our section like how we see it. There's a section in Pulp Fiction when they're talking at the table. There, you can find it. It's a cutout scene, but they talk about how Mia was in Amsterdam. And they talk about the bar called the Cobra. So she says it early. She goes, I was in Amsterdam. I didn't know that. I mean, why would you? And then they cut to something else, like them being silent for a while. There is something they say after that. And they talk about, what bar did you go to? And the Cobra. And she's like, oh my God, I'm the picture on the wall. So there's a picture. So one, I'd have Mia Wallace's picture there. But two, I would have Mia Wallace pull a Vincent Vega and walk. Just Uma Thurman would do a cameo walking through the background. We would just barely see her, but she would walk through and just go off with some people. Nice. Just to center that she was there at one time when they were both there. Yeah. And then from there, I think you don't bring anyone else in because it doesn't make sense to have Marcellus over there. It doesn't make sense to have Joe Cabot or anybody else over there. It just makes sense to them. And then they have their own whatever happens over there to kind of give the lore of why they're there. Maybe we find out why Vincent was sent to Amsterdam. Is it a Corleone, Godfather Part 1, where you killed the guy, we killed some people in a restaurant, now we got to send you over to Sicily to hide you for a while till things cool down type
like
of
an In Bruges.
That's why you got sent. Yeah, like an In Bruges kind of thing. Yeah, do we have to send you somewhere because you did this big hit for us or this big job and now we want to let things cool down? That's why we sent Vincent. And then Vic is kind of like, well, I got a little heat here. I want to get the fuck out for a little bit. He heads over there. Similar kind of reason to just kind of chill out and hide because this is before the days of, the internet and then cameras. So you could pull off a crime and disappear for a while. People wouldn't be able to find you. So I think that would be a really cool version. But Mia Wallace just in the background. Fans who know and see it, you see it. There's still people who don't see Vincent Vega walk behind Honey Bunny in the opening of Pulp Fiction. So that's the kind of moment I would have. It's just the back of her.
I don't think
and again, if we couldn't get her, we just put the hair and just have a woman walk.
Did you not know that, Dave?
No, I don't think I did.
Yeah. Next time you see the opening of Pulp Fiction, don't watch every time you have Honey Bunny up.
You watch them, they're so good.
Yes, but just continually listen to her, but look behind her.
Okay.
You will see Vincent walk to the bathroom.
Okay, I will. Cool.
But that's how good the acting is and how good the storytelling is you're fucking locked in on that story. Yeah. That you don't notice them. And if you put headphones on and listen, you can actually hear the conversation between Jules and Vincent. It comes up a little bit. I think he says, when did you come to this decision? He said, well, I was just sitting here eating my muffin and then you can kind of hear part of that. And then that's how Vincent then walks out. And in reverse, when you listen at the end, if you turn up a little bit, you can, before he says Garcon, you can hear them talking as well. You can hear the Yolanda and Pumpkin discussion. It's intentionally raised up at a certain point so you know it's about to happen. And then we hear the whole speech that we get into. So.
I'm guessing you would like Quentin Tarantino to direct your movie, like the Double V.
Quentin Tarantino? Yeah. Quentin Tarantino could direct. Well, yes, I would, but I don't think he's going to.
Back in 96, though.
In 90s, yeah.
Oh, God, yes. Absolutely. There's no one else could direct those two people, that story, because it's his story. Like what's happening with David Fincher, it's technically not a sequel, but sequel. We're just following now Cliff Booth years after he's left the events that we know of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So I'm very interested to see how David Fincher has brought that to life. I think that is going to be very exciting because I still am a fan of Natural Born Killers. I know that Tarantino himself doesn't like it, but I think Natural Born Killers is a really good movie. I think what Oliver Stone did there, the different formats he's playing in, the MTV style cutting and just fast pace of what's happening in that movie is amazing. I love, obviously, Tony Scott does an amazing job with True Romance.
One of my favorites.
And Rodriguez is brilliant with doing From Dusk Till Dawn. So if Fincher's good at this, And he has, in my interview with him, he did talk about if this is a fruitful thing, he could just stay a writer and let other people who he really respects, who want to do his work. So we could get an Edgar Wright adaptation of a Tarantino script. Like that kind of thing would be very exciting. He gets to pick the guys who do maybe a Scorsese. Yeah. Scorsese doesn't write no stuff. Can you imagine Scorsese doing a Tarantino script? That could be amazing, right? There's a lot of stuff that could still happen.
I've just got Kevin Smith doing Tarantino.
Well,
they're friends.
Maybe not.
Early Kevin Smith, maybe. Like, I think Kevin Smith doesn't get enough. Have you seen Red State?
Yes.
I think Red State's one of Kevin Smith's best movies.
I really
ever
like
made.
Red
It's
State.
Brilliant. Yeah, it's a brilliant film. Yeah. So, and if you didn't tell people it was a Kevin Smith movie, they would have no clue because it doesn't look anything like what you would consider a Kevin Smith movie. So
true. Are we ever going to is Tarantino ever going to direct another movie? Do you think he's done?
Well, he's got the one coming.
Is it? Yeah. That's been coming for a long time.
He's got young kids, right? So and when I ask him these questions, he made a very good, poignant point where he's got young kids and they're only an age for a certain amount of time. And he's done a lot in his career and he really likes writing because it's a great job. He can write when they're at school and then be with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He could get into television or something like that. Who knows? I mean, with Tarantino, the bug and wind can blow one day and it just perks him up to do it. I don't know. I hope so. I do hope we get more than just one, but same time.
Yeah, because he's doing the play, right? I listened to the interview.
Play is supposed to be.
You're going to come over.
If it's good. Oh, hell yeah. If the play is good, he wants to turn that into his last film.
Oh.
He's very excited about this. That's what he would like to do. I was always a little apprehensive about it because I'm going to see it in this version. Then he's going to bring it to life. But again, the stage and then the screen could be two different stories we get, right? We'll get the stage version, but now we can really expand the screen. Because if he were to do The Hateful Eight, one of my favorites of his, he would only keep it in Minnie's haberdashery. So we wouldn't get some of the stuff we get in the beginning of the film, which I think is amazing. Yeah, so we have to find a new way to do the stagecoach thing. So who knows? I mean, with him, I'm going to go see it. If the play isn't good, which I can't see how that could be, but anything can happen. Then he would bag that and come up with something else. So who knows? Yeah. I mean, that's the exciting thing about Tarantino. You just don't know what you're going to get, but you do know you're going to go see it because you know it's going to be exciting and you're going to give it a fucking shot. Yeah. And you're just going to see what happens. It's appointment cinema.
Talking about dream sequels from Tarantino, we have to discuss the Star Trek film.
Oh, yes.
Did you ask him any proper questions about that? Like,
I did not get a chance to ask him that. I mean, I'm holding it for another.
Yes, because he listens now. I've listened. He listens to you.
Man, that would be exciting. I can't
get my head around
a Star Trek fan. It's a swearing Star Trek, kind of a gangster film kind of thing. Like, it'd be so. I mean, it would be amazing. It would be a sore thumb in the Star Trek universe because it would stick out like no other film for them, right?
Yeah.
Fans would probably that's not a Star Trek film. Those fucking pieces of shit would, shit themselves. Who cares? But I think it would draw a huge audience. It would get eyes on the other Star Trek stuff. People would start to go back and look at some of the Star Trek movies.
Yeah.
I think it would be really, really good. And the cast, I think, who they already have in it, I think it'd be a really good fucking one-off movie. Again, setting Star Trek up like we're talking about Star Wars. Sometimes you just get stuck in the same thing. It's like a sausage factory. We got to make it the same way every time. Same thing. What if you just fucking say fuck it and go sideways with it? Like they did with Lower Decks or something like that. Like they are thinking outside the box because you got to change the stories if you want to keep new audiences coming in.
Yeah.
The same thing over and over again gets fucking redundant and boring. It's why MCU is having a tough time staying afloat. It's why the DC was trying to reboot itself for the 396th time since I've been alive. You keep trying to tell the same story just from a different perspective. Give us something new. Give us something brand fucking new.
Yeah.
A one-off movie, just like an episode. Fans who watch the episode like the episode. So if you think in that frame, you could spice up some of these
the greatest
fucking movies.
Star Trek movie is essentially a sequel to an episode, right? Like Wrath of Khan is the best Star Trek movie.
Yeah,
and
fucking unreal.
That's it's basically an episode.
Yeah.
Another dream Tarantino sequel, Kill Bill 3. Would you have ever liked to have seen that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's such a great fucking story. However, that does come with some real kind of like warning bells because Kill Bill itself, volumes 1 and 2, as the whole bloody affair, is so fucking good. And it does have an ending. It finishes it. While I want to see more, could it live up to what we already saw?
Yeah.
That's the thing. Sometimes like with Escape from New York, we don't need Escape from LA.
No.
I love the character, but at the same time, you're not going to give me anything that makes the character better. Well, you gave me a great movie the first time. I don't need to see Snake Plissken fucking surfing or playing basketball. That's not Snake Plissken. That might be Snail Plissken, but that's not Snake Plissken. I don't know who this other fucking guy is, but that might be his brother, but it's not him.
Sloth Plissken.
Exactly. So if you're going to give me Kill Bill, I think the bride would die. I think there's be a couple things that would happen. I really do think. I think it's Tarantino does. He's not going to pull punches. It's not going to be like the bride's making it to the end. It's not. I think we find out there's some manipulation. There's some things that happen. Then Vernita's daughter suddenly realizes, oh shit, I've made the wrong decision. Yeah. And then exactly. And they kind of like change after and they take care of the rest of Bill's people. Elle and the rest of them get they kind of then turn on them. Or it could just be Darth Vader all over again. She kills her and fuck you. Kills them both. BB and her go down. They could be any one of those kind of combinations, which is what's exciting about Tarantino.
Yeah.
But he would have to go so big. How do you top the House of Blue Leaves?
You can't.
The fuck do you do there?
It was amazing watching that first time around.
Right? Like, and I think that's probably one of the reasons he's like, I can't, like, I did what I could. I mean, I did this amazing thing. How do I even begin to top this? And then when he tries to top that, do we all go, oh, he's just trying to top, you know what I mean? Like, you always think of those people, oh, he's just trying to top the House of Blue Leaves. He's never done it in any of his other action movies.
No.
He didn't even try. He could have tried that in the cinema at the end of Inglourious Basterds. Said, no. Set it on fire, shoot these fucking Nazis, as they're supposed to be, and we'll let them blow up. Fuck them. We're not going to do this whole like one-on-one battle. We're just going to fucking go in there, Swiss cheese, explosions, suck a dick, goodbye, Nazis, and move on instead of trying to like reload the House of Blue Leaves, which is impossible to recreate.
Yeah.
As good as that fucking scene is, it's like 9 fights in that thing.
It's insane.
I mean, we start off with her. She gets rid of the early fucking entourage, fights Go-Go, barely survives, fights the crazy idiot, fights Mo, goes outside, fights Oren. Like, fuck, that's a video game we just watched. Like, it's fucking epic. And there's just no way you can top that.
In the whole bloody affair, is that scene original colors?
Full color.
Yeah.
Full color. Some more stuff added in.
Cool.
I'll give away one little thing. It's not going to give away anything because you're going to see it. But what it does is I've always felt that Oren and her were best friends. And what really sells it is when she defeats Oren in the original, we cut away to, it's a quicker cut. The bride stays there for a minute in that little pose and puts her arms down, exhausted. But you can see the hesitation. She doesn't want to turn to look at her friend Oren. She walks over and sits down on one of the benches, kind of puts her head down and takes it in for a minute. Like, you can see the weight of what she has just done and how important that person used to be to her. In that moment, that's the little extra, like they extend that scene a little bit. And it really sells it at that point. You now go, okay, her and Oren were really close. And this was a real tough thing for her to do.
Yeah.
And just, it's when you see that, it's just like brilliant. And there's another moment, I'm trying to remember, there's another extended moment, maybe in this volume 2, that really adds weight to that scene as well. Just really kind of like, obviously they cut it for time, but now with the whole bloody affair coming out, when that comes out in December, you'll see like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like it is the way it's supposed to be seen. Like, you won't be able to watch it separate anymore.
Yeah.
Like it ruins it it ruins it, but it doesn't. Like, you're like, I can't watch this any other way again, because now this is like, you've given me the whole thing. And it's like,
I can't.
What a fucking film.
Those were Scott Kraushaar's Unequal Sequels.
Loved that one. That was a great episode.
Yeah, of course it was a great episode. He's a great podcaster. So it was never going to be anything other than brilliant, right?
Yeah,
I know. Empire Strikes Back as well, mate. It's the best Star Wars movie, and I will hear nothing against it.
No, I won't hear anything about it, but it's not the best Star Wars movie.
It's the best Star Wars movie.
It was 2 against 1, and it is a very good sequel. And not bad. It's not bad being the second best Star Wars film behind Return of the Jedi, but I can see why Scott likes it and you like it, and everyone
most
else
of
likes
the planet disagrees with you. Yeah,
it's a brilliant sequel, and it's starting to come up a lot more on this podcast because it took 7 seasons or something, 8 for really to start being picked, and we do appreciate that because it's one of the good ones. You know, it's got a lot of stuff that goes in there. It starts with Hoth, it's got Yoda, it's got Dagobah, it's got more Leia and Han, and it's got, you know, Darth Vader being badass, and it's got the bad guys winning, which is incredible rare for any kind of film, let alone a sequel. So it's a big one for us when that comes up. But his worst sequel, Rich.
Yeah, Escape from LA.
What a piece of shit.
It is rubbish, isn't it? It is rubbish. And it's a shame because Escape from New York is really good.
Really good. It was one of those sequels I locked away that I denied didn't ever exist in. Like, after I watched it the first time, I was like, well, that is just bad.
Yeah.
I know we mentioned it a lot in the episode, but the surfing is just the worst thing.
It's so bad, isn't it? It's so bad.
The choices, the basketball is not good. It killed a franchise. I mean, it's just a piece of shit, and I'm surprised it's taken this long for someone to pick it, actually. So
that's true. Yeah,
that is true. And then we move on to a really interesting pick for his dream sequel, which we turned out could also be a prequel. In a way,
potentially.
The Vega Brothers movie called, what was it, Double V? They apparently was going to call it, which has John Travolta and Michael Madsen's characters, the Vega Brothers,
from Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs, right? Like that
was the plan. Yeah, Vincent and what was Michael's character called?
Vic. I think. Yeah.
No, I think you're right. It sounds right. It would have been great in the late 90s to see that film. I think a lot of people kind of wanted to.
Yeah.
Especially when you found out they were brothers. And I don't know if that has to be a geeky thing to know that they are brothers, or if it's just.
I don't think it's very common knowledge, but I think it's a thing that film people know. Like,
cool people like us, right?
Cool people like us.
Yeah.
We say cool, we mean not even slightly cool.
But if you didn't know that, go and watch the films now, like Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs, and you can see how alike they are and how good that spin-off movie would have been. And it's sad it's not going to happen now because Michael Madsen sadly passed. But, you know, a graphic novel or whatever, if Tarantino wants to write something a bit different, he's moving away from movies soon, so, you know, he might find himself to have time. So that's exciting. Thank you, Scott, for coming on the podcast. He is a brilliant podcaster, a very cool sounding voice for a podcast, I think, because it's America, but the way he swears is just amazing and entertaining.
Yeah.
Check out the Church of Tarantino. If you're a Tarantino fan, it covers everything there. And yes, he did recently get the man himself to be on the podcast. If you want to hear that story, how that happened, listen to Another Slice. He'll tell you everything there. He also does 2 other movie podcasts. He does Men of Action. Go check that out. And also one called Dropping a Bruce, is where him and a mate are going through all of Bruce Willis's straight to DVD movies. Now, I think we get a bad egg.
Yeah, we get some rubbish to watch. Yeah. But
that is the whole podcast.
Yeah, that's dedication there.
That's
isn't
a lot. Yeah. Anyway, thank you for Scott for coming on the podcast. Go check out all his podcasts. He's a fucking great guy. Hopefully we'll have him back at some point. Hopefully we might turn up over there on the Church of Tarantino. That would be fun. We had a great time on that one. It was a good one.
Yeah, we did. And Dave's mentioned already, if you want a bit extra, get yourself onto anotherslice.com/unequal sequel, where for just $2.99 a month, yes, that is only $2.99, 2 of your English pounds and 99 of your English pence a month. Not a week, not a day, it's a month. It's a bloody bargain. And then you can get yourself disenfranchised, box set mentality, and extra bits to all of our interview episodes that we're calling the sequel sessions, because we're cool like that. Also, you'll be able to call yourself a super special slicer, and you'll get some exclusive merchandise after Christmas now, because we're rubbish and we haven't sorted it out, but it is coming. So get yourself over there. $2.99 a month is a banging Christmas present for the film fan in your life. So stick that in their stocking for them. It's a lovely little stocking filler, that, isn't it? So yeah, get over there, Also, if you've got some thoughts about any of Scott's picks, if you want to tell us what you think about Escape from LA, then get on the old social medias. We are at Unequal Sequel, all those things. Also, you can email us unequalsequel@hotmail.com, or you can leave a message on Spotify or on YouTube, and we will reply to them at the end of month roundup, which is coming very soon. We're drawing to an end on season 9. We're past the halfway mark now.
We are, yeah.
We're in the run to Christmas, you know.
I wouldn't call it the end game yet.
Not quite.
A couple more episodes,
but we're in the run up to that very special Christmas episode that we're trying to sort out.
Organise.
Organise. Yep. Organise is not our forte.
No, it is not.
No, but we're trying. We're trying.
I'm amazed we got over 100 episodes now with this. I don't know how we've done that.
I don't know either, mate. But hey, we've got there. We've over 100 episodes. Please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the auto download button so we drop into your pod player of choice without you having to even think about it. And also, please don't forget to rate us. 5 stars on Apple Podcasts would be lovely. And any other rating on anything else that you happen to listen on, we would very much appreciate it. It really helps other people find the podcast, as do you being lovely people and telling your friends about it.
Good job. Well done, sir. Another one down. That was episode 7. We're on to episode 8 of season 9 next week. Whoa, we're going.
It's another good one next week as well.
Oh, yeah. Some good picks next week.
Banging choices next week.
Yeah, we'll have them next week.
Yeah.
Thank you all for support and all the kind words. I've got nothing else to say, so it's a goodbye from me. Bye-bye. And then it's a goodbye from him.
Bye.
See you on the next one. Sequel to this one. Have a great month. Bye-bye. I meant week.
Weekend, few days, but whatever. It's a thing.
I nearly got it right last week. I couldn't even remember what I normally say. So let alone next week, I'm going to land that. I'm going to get it right.
Yeah.
So that's good.
You'll get there, mate. You'll get there.
Thanks. That's the kind of support I need at this point of a season, because I'm going slightly crazy. But we are nearly there. We have got it all organised. Apart from that last episode, we just need to get a date in the books. And then that's done.
What I bought? A new Blink Mini 2K Plus smart security camera. What I got? 2K clarity sharp enough to see every detail of home when I'm away. Plus audio like I'm in the room, not with my bestie traveling to another city. Plus easy plug-in setup to install faster than skipping through podcast ads. But you'd never skip ads, right? Plus, I got all of this for just $49.99. Blink Mini 2K Plus. Mini camera, max performance. Shop now at amazon.com/blink.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here. Wishing you a very happy half-off holiday, because right now Mint Mobile is offering you the gift of 50% off unlimited. To be clear, that's half price, not half the service. And Mint is still premium unlimited wireless for a great price. So that means a half day, yeah?
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.